He also wrote the book on mass participation events. And one of Marco's striking insights was the growth in direct spending on events and sport in Asia Pacific projected to nearly double to 260 billion by 2036.
Marco already touched on this greater share of wallet. So we've got this emerging middle class. We're seeing people, the experience economy starting to evolve. And I think, I wear that mass participation lens, which you've highlighted. We sit at this intersection of lifestyle, wellness, entertainment, and travel. And so from that perspective, spending, there's a question actually in the comments from Pavel saying, because sports spending is luxury and not a basic need, is his question. And I think with this emergence of awareness of health and well-being, we're seeing so many in the mass participation space, so many participants really getting out there and being healthy, and well documented that the millennials and Gen Z are much more health conscious. So that's driving it a lot in our space. I noticed that Brendan Fox from Marathon Tours and Travel is on the call, and the inbound tourism content that they created, the value that they created, government partnering with the Sydney Marathon, New South Wales destination and events, seeing this as an enormous driver in Sydney. And there was some data that showed that the hotel bookings across the entire year in Sydney, with events even like their big State of Origin Rugby League and the like, the Sydney Marathon was driving the biggest number of hotel bookings, and they were getting average stays of between, I think it was 6 and 7 nights per participant, and then bringing +1, +2, +3 in some instances. So they travel as families. Data again from Marathon Tours and Travel showing that people travel those distances, and Asia becoming much more appealing as a destination now. They come in and say, well, I'm flying all the way to Sydney. Why will I just do one event? So they're even bracketing events now where they've, for example, bought an event on Kangaroo Island off Adelaide. People come in, they run a half marathon on Kangaroo Island, they stay in South Australia for a while, and then they go and run the Sydney Marathon. So the impact that it creates in terms of extended stays, putting these destinations on the map from that perspective.